If we are going to search for a particular stock and that report is in a normal report format, then on a three-dimensional view, which can be zoomed in, which can be rotated and pinpointed to a specific location. If a location is empty, it will be shown in a different color. If a location is having sufficient stock, it will be shown in a different color. Definitely, the 3D visualization, all the KPIs, all the visual bar graph charts, that is going to give more effect. So all the KPIs, all the dashboards, they are refreshed near real time, and it can also be scheduled. It depends on the KPI also. Some KPIs are required once in a day to be updated or refreshed. So we can set a schedule, and based on the schedule, the data can be refreshed. 3D visualization feature in Infor WMS is one of the USPs, and this is really helping our customers, especially the warehouse managers, supervisors, to identify bottlenecks, to ensure that the tasks are being distributed evenly across different areas of the warehouse, as well as identify if any stockout situation is there in some locations. Even 3D visualization is also being used to look at all the open tasks, historical tasks analysis also can be done. So it's a very, very important and powerful feature which can be leveraged by the warehouse team. And if we are going to search for a particular stock and that report is in a normal report format, then on a three-dimensional view, which can be zoomed in, which can be rotated and pinpointed to a specific location. So that gives a different feeling for the warehouse manager. And this is something that is also the way for the future. So this is going to get more and more functionalities are being added. One of the functionality which I can list is if we want to look at the travel path, especially for a big warehouse which has many aisles, and if you want to pick from a particular location and you want to travel, so what will be the optimal travel path? The visual warehouse can also show digitally what will be my optimal travel path, and based on the travel path, we can also optimize the storage for the most fast-moving items. We can store it in a right place and improve the operational efficiency also. So this is definitely helping the warehouse supervisors to slot the product at the right location and avoid bottlenecks. When multiple pickers are going in the same aisle, so Infor 3D visual warehouse also shows the color-coded view of different pick tasks, which can give you like a heat map. It can show you where all the picks are concentrated and how the distribution of these tasks can be done, so that to avoid multiple pickers going and congesting, having bottleneck at the same locations. So all these key KPIs related to different types of tasks, like it could be a put away task, it could be a picking task, it could be replenishment, any type of tasks which are being done in the warehouse, you can view it visually in the three-dimensional view. And in this 3D model, which we call as a digital twin also, we can specifically search for a particular activity, and it can again show in different colors based on the concentration. It can show, like for example, if a location is empty, it will be shown in a different color. If a location is having sufficient stock, it will be shown in a different color. So based on the different color coding, which is something that is visually, it can be noticed. And this is something that is helping our warehouse teams to make informed decisions to ensure that the bottlenecks can be avoided or the stocks are slotted at the right location. physical reconfiguration of the stock. So if we are going to reconfigure the warehouse, so typically what you are doing is slotting the items properly. So any new item which comes in, so based on the usage, based on the throughput of the item, there are we do ABC classification of items. Let's say A is the fast moving item, B is medium, and C is the slow moving item. So this ABC classification can change over a period of time, every half year or in a whole year. And based on this ABC classification, the reconfiguration of the pick face locations for those items can be done. A is a fast moving item, can become a slow moving item later. So to do this reconfiguration, the 3D visual warehouse will help you in identifying, based on the historical tasks, where all the concentration of a particular item or list of items are there, and then how we can move it to a different zone or different area. This is going to improve the efficiency of the warehouse operations. Visual reporting is always appealing to the eyes, right? So if you have a visual report, it will, like a bar graph or a pie chart or any other line graph, it is going to give more information. Like they say, a picture is better than 1,000 words. So that way, if you go through a list of reports, and if it is a tabular report, you have to go through the complete list of numbers. Instead of that, if you have a visual representation of those data, then it is going to give you big impact and a quick view of whether you are moving the right direction or you are improving, or is there some room for improvement. So that is going to help across all the operations within the warehouse. So definitely the 3D visualization, all the KPIs, all the visual bar graph charts, that is going to give more effect. So it will definitely give you more information compared to tabular format of report. So we have definitely, for some of the cases, usually the normal tendency of warehouse users has been to download all the data into Excel format and then work with Excel. So when we do implementation, we try to eliminate this activity. We want the users to directly work and view the system information instead of downloading all the data in Excel and do their own calculations. So this can be eliminated if whatever KPIs the users are looking at are actually visible directly on the screen using charts and graphs. So instead of a report, which is a tabular format, during our implementation, we always train users to understand what KPIs are important for a particular operation. One KPI could be useful for one company, but it might be totally different for another implementation. So based on those requirements, we design those KPIs and we help the users to visualize the required data using those KPIs. It is a real-time update. So all the KPIs, all the dashboards, they are refreshed near real time, and it can also be scheduled. It depends on the KPI also. Some KPIs are required once in a day to be updated or refreshed. So we can set a schedule, and based on the schedule, the data can be refreshed. But if it is related to a real-time operation within the warehouse, then the updates will be more frequent, which could be really near real-time, which can be maybe up to, let's say, within a minute or 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, it can be done. So this is something that is possible in Infor. In any organization, the role of IT is to enable the operations to perform better than what they are doing right now. All the visualization, even in fact implementation of advanced WMS, providing visual information rather than plain old simple tabular reports. This is definitely something that is going to improve the confidence as well as the efficiency of the warehouse staff. How? Because first, the data what they are requiring, that is going to be in a format which they can immediately relate to, and they can visually realize whether they are in the right direction or they need to improve. I'll give you one example. We had a customer where we were trying to compare multiple efficiency or productivity of users, pickers across a particular shift. So if this data is visible to the supervisor, every picker is going to be doing in a different pace. So some pickers may be faster than others, and this will be visible in the productivity chart. So if you have, let's say, a bar chart prepared for this data, and it is clearly visible to the users, and if they are aware that somebody is able to achieve more than the other person, then it actually helps them to also try to improve, because they are competing against each other. If somebody is able to produce more or have more output, throughput is more for some pickers, then others also try to achieve that target. So this is something that is going to be a quick win for the operations, where if you have the visibility, you can either look at what are the challenges faced by the pickers, and if somebody is lagging, then what is that they are doing in a different way than the one who is leading. So maybe the leader is doing the same process in a different way. They are having some shortcuts. They are using the system efficiently, which the other person is not able to do. So this is something that can be done, the comparison between the leaders and the laggards. And this will be very useful for improving the visibility and efficiency of the warehouse operations. And this is where the IT is empowering or enabling the operations and supporting to improve the warehouse efficiency on a whole.